Hello, I made a video recently where I tried flying this bonsai with no winglets and it didn't work out. At least I decided at that time that it was not going to work, so I put winglets on. But what I've found out is that once I got past the, setting the CG properly and trimming it a bit and stuff, it actually flies fine with no winglets. So I thought, just on the off chance I'll pull them off and see what happens. And now that I've, like I say, set it up with my CG in the right place and stuff, it flies well enough. The only catch is though that you can't go very slow, so I have to keep the throttle up to about 40% or so at least. If you go below that, it starts to sort of swim, has a sort of swimming feeling to it. You can still fly it, but it's not very well controllable. And the only problem that causes for you is when you're trying to land, you can't do a nice slow smooth glide into land. You have to come in quite fast. So I've given up trying to catch it in my hand and I just let it land in the grass when I want to land. But I'll just give you a quick demo to show that it actually does work. And I'll record this on my FPV goggles so that you can see what it feels like to be on board. It's all wet, but that's not a problem. See, it's oh, and the other problem is when you're flying line of sight, it's really difficult to see which way it's facing. So this is about half throttle and I'm not having any trouble at all. And when I took the winglets off, I found it's actually slightly smoother, which might be expected because there's less drag, but also because I think perhaps one of those winglets that I had on there wasn't very well aligned. Oh shit, which way am I facing? Am I up? Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there because it's really difficult to tell which way it's facing and I'd rather not crash it, but I'll cut the throttle here. It's gliding quite nicely. But you'll see, starts to get that movement and then still gliding, and it gets really bad as you slow right down. So throttle back on there and flying again. But in general, it's not really a huge problem not to have winglets. Gliding. So there it is, swimming again. Whoop. Yeah, so hopefully that's a little bit interesting to somebody, and I just felt like I should correct that because I made it look like winglets wasn't going to work in my last video, and I was puzzled about why the other guy could get his winglets, lack of winglets, to work. But there you go, it does work for the most part. See ya.